The sun sets on yet another day, a day filled with joy and sorrow, hopes and dreams, and of course, garbage. All the activities we undertake while we transition through all these emotions leaves behind a lot of wasteful elements, which end up lying on the streets and harming the environment. Humans have always been the most intelligent of all species, but in reality, we are nothing more than parasites feeding off of Mother Earth. If one were to put it bluntly, then we can probably attest that humans have been crapping all over planet Earth. In Delhi, the capital city of India, around 9,500 tons of waste is generated every day, which results in a staggering 3 million tons per year. These wastes are generally picked up, separated and segregated by rag pickers to be sold for money. Take Mahesh, a rag picker we met at Faridabad, for example.
भैया ये जो आपने अभी ये उठाया है यहाँ से, इसका क्या करते हो?
बेचता हूँ।
कहाँ पे?
वो गाजीपुर रहता हूँ।
गाजीपुर में? हाँ, क्या रिसाइकल प्लांट में बेचते हो?
ना, मतलब गोदाम है, उसी के पास में रहता हूँ।
नहीं, वहाँ क्या होता है गोदाम में?
वही बिन कर वहाँ ले जाता हूँ, छटाई करता हूँ।
इसका मतलब कहाँ, इससे बनता क्या है?
क्या पता इसका क्या बनता, हम देखे ही नहीं।
Mahesh doesn't have any idea as to what happens to the trash he collects. Most of the elements around us have great potential, and the energies, if harnessed comprehensively and efficiently, can be put to much better use than waste lying around on the streets, landfills, and water bodies. It is estimated that India will turn into a huge garbage dump by the year 2100 if unique ways to dispose of trash are not implemented by then. What exactly is the cause of this problem? The only thing that can be blamed is a lack of effort on the side of the public. This lack of effort is why all the actions taken by the government to clean India have always been a failure. So yes, somebody had to stand up and take action. And yes, many did. But behind the veil of all those illustrious professors and those youth activists was a 9-year-old hard at work. Vikramjit Singh Kanwar, aka Max, is the founder and CEO of Max Rebels, an organization that focuses on collecting waste and converting them to consumable products that are beneficial for the society as a whole.
Should I just first explain it to you?
No, just hang on.
Okay, fine. Keep on going.
Keep on going.
Okay, fine.
If you want to take a picture of the problem. So all the plastics that you can see over here are MLPs and LVPs, basically multi-layered packaging and low value plastics. These are the types of plastics.
Max has been working as an ecopreneur for the past 4 years and has been the recipient of many awards and accolades. He has also been called upon by various multinational organizations and companies to provide motivational speeches to inspire people to save the environment. Max has always been very close to Mother Nature, and this in turn has helped him perceive things in a unique light.
Nature. It is the biggest recycler of all times. Nature never creates mess, even after the life cycle is over. Whether it's humans, plants or animals. Once the life cycle is over, it is converted back to its very origin. As a matter of fact, post the life cycle, the recycled version is at times a much more valuable and a much more unique version than the original one.
Max's initiative of creating Best Out of Waste started about 5 years ago when a school activity piqued his interest in recycling waste.
So before we even thought of making something out of waste, it started off 5 years ago. It started off when I was in grade 5 and I was 9 years old. The way it started, I am from an IB background. My schooling is from an IB background, and we have this little thing known as services action. It's a mandatory part of our curriculum. So it starts from grade 5, and the first time it was to happen, I was thinking, what can I do for it? And coincidentally, at that point of time, we were learning about pollution. So when I did some rigorous task, research on that, I found out that unmanaged waste is the main reason and the main cause of pollution. So I connected dots and I started to think about how I can use this waste management term and connect it to my service action project.
From being someone who people refuse to give their waste to, Max has come a long way and has built his own organization.
We basically have two things. One is we have a company, Max Positive Private Limited. Under Max Positive, we have two other branches. One is Max Labels, one is Max Exchange. Now, Max Exchange, like I said, is the platform where we collect the recyclables and we provide the customer with the products. But the manufacturing of the product is done under the name of Max Labels. Whereas we have another NGO known as Pushp. So in Pushp, we create various items that are made of flowers, sacred flowers. We are collecting from over 150 locations across Gurgaon, Faridabad and parts of Delhi, and we are associated with over, I would say, at least 5,000 people. The count goes higher. 5,000 was the count we did a long time ago, so I cannot guarantee 5,000. It'll be much more than that, but nonetheless, these people are helping us save more than 500 kgs to 1 ton on a daily basis from going to the landfills.
This organization is engaged in producing various products from stationery to home decor using a very different form of recycling called upscaling.
So the three terms, recycling, upcycling and repurposing, although they sound very similar, they are not. So recycling is basically, if I were to put it in layman's terms, from the waste material, we break it down and we convert it into something new. Upcycling, on the other hand, is without making it into the raw material, we straight away make it into the product, such as our pencils. These pencils, the newspaper, we have not made it back to the raw material, that is pulp. We have straight away used the newspaper and made it into pencils, and that is exactly what upcycling is called. So the way it works is that two main things to it. One, we collect the recyclables from people, from places such as residential societies, corporate offices, factories, schools, institutions and many other places. Waste is then sent to our warehouse, where it is sent for segregation, which is mainly 80% of the work for recycling. So once the segregation is done, although we already get the waste segregated into categories such as paper, plastic, metal, glass, cardboard and etc., still all these categories have various subcategories which have various subcategories in itself. We have experts in our team who segregate it, and then the segregated waste is sent accordingly. Like the newspapers, we make pencils out of them. From the cardboard, we make pens out of them. And the white paper, we make notebooks out of them. So like this, the different categories of paper are used to make different kinds of products. I wouldn't exactly call myself or this to be an entrepreneurship. I would more give it a word of ecopreneur. Partly this is an entrepreneurship, but as if you were to see, the main reason why we're doing this is to help this society, the community, the environment, as it is a social cause. That is why we are related more to the word eco. So not all of these products are actually made by us. We work with the unprivileged category of the society, such as village women, mentally challenged and the unprivileged. So all of our furnishings, such as these sleeves, these cushions and all the products that come under furnishings, handbags and accessories are made by the village women. So by this way we are providing them employment and we're providing them help so that they can sustain and they can live respectable lives. It doesn't matter if I do it, you do it or anyone does it. As long as we are looking at the same agenda, as long as we all aim to achieve betterment of the society and the environment. If anyone wants to copy the model, it won't matter as long as we are looking at the same agenda and we want to do the same thing. And I would like to say that we all need to be the change we wish to see in the world. The world will not change on its own.
Dreaming for a clean and green future is not a crime. In fact, it's something that we should all aspire for. Life is too short for us to just leave our waste behind. So next time, your instincts urge you to chuck those wrappers on the streets. Just imagine living a life in a garbage dump.